Dear students, good morning to you all. Hope all of you are keeping fine. Yes, dear students, yesterday we had completed Act 4, Scene 2, isn't it? You remember? And hope you also have prepared your homework. Though no one has forwarded the homework to me, I think you have completed, which is very much required from your part. Yes, dear students, today we are going to learn the last part of our class, that is last part of the drama Merchant of Venice, Act 5, Scene 1. There is only one scene in this particular act. And who are the characters we are going to find? We are going to find almost all the characters here, all the major characters of this drama. We will find Lorenzo, Jessica, Stefano, Portia, Bassanio, Antonio, Graciano, Nerissa, Salarino. All these people are coming together because this is the concluding part of the drama. And today we will be learning the text 1 to 45. 1 to 45. That is the test we will be learning. And here in this part of the test we have got three characters. That is Lorenzo is there, Jessica, both husband and wife, and Stefano. Stefano is the servant to Portia. And where is the location? This scene is taking place in this part of the scene. It is taking place right outside the house of Portia in Belmont. It is in a garden near Portia's house. This scene is taking place. And what is the context of this one here? You remember that when Portia left for Venice, she had entrusted her house to whom? Lorenzo and Jessica, right? So now they are the Malik and Malikin of this particular house, Belmont house, and they are talking. Romantic dialogue of Lorenzo and Jessica. Yes, they are in a very good mood, so they talk all the loving words. And what is the subject of their conversation? They are talking about the subject of love, taking the various historical examples of this particular scene. So please have a pencil with you so that you can write down. It is just a revision class. Jinsar has told you, and I also have completed in 10C and D, but it is just a revision. Still have a pencil with you so that you can write down or note down as I explain the test. So let us begin. Introduction of this particular scene. The last act concludes the play in an atmosphere of peace and joy. Every complicated situation is settled. Only one more fun we are going to have, that is related to the ring episode which our Nerissa and Portia had forcefully taken from their husbands. So in this scene we return to Belmont to witness the restoration of harmony and romance. The impassioned dialogues of Lorenzo and Jessica create an atmosphere of love and music. Bassanio and Graciano arrive after their wives, and the ring episode reaches its climax. They are accused of losing their rings, and their inability to defend themselves is a surefire comedy. It's a very interesting comedy. Fire comedy is very interesting, inflaming comedy. After enough of teasing, Portia gives a succession of revelations. She reveals how all these things happened, the identity of the lawyer and his clerk, Antonio's good fortune, and the inheritance of Lorenzo and Jessica. As such, all the loose ends are tied up, and the end is happy, aided by love, loyalty, and a good sense of humor. Okay, this is what we are going to see in this total scene. But in this particular part of the scene where we are going to learn test number 1 to 45, Here, Lorenzo and Jessica, they are having a wonderful love conversation. Let us see Belmont Avenue to Portia's house nearby. A street near Portia's house, and Lorenzo and Jessica. Lorenzo opens the romantic dialogue. Let us see. The moon shines bright. Looking at the moon, it is evening time, late evening time, and he looks at the sky and says, "The moon shines so bright, Chandini Rat hai." Yes, yes. In such a night as this, when the sweet wind did gently kiss the trees, at this night, when the sweet wind gently and softly touched the bottom of the top of the trees, and they did make no noise. At this night, such a night, gentle breeze kissed the trees, but they no make no noise. In such a night, Troilus methinks. Troilus means we are going to learn who is this Troilus. Methinks, I think, mounted the Trojan walls and decided his soul toward the Grecian tents where Cressid lay at night. You have to remember, now this Troilus and Cressid, these were the loving couple. And unfortunately, look at reference number 4, then you will understand. Troilus, son of the king of Troy, and Cressida were lovers and had exchanged vows of eternal fidelity. However, during a siege of Troy, siege means war of Troy, siege means war, Troy, Cressida was handed over to the Greeks in an exchange of prisoners. Cressida was given to the Troy in exchange of prisoners. She had vowed to remain constant, but soon fell in love with Diomed. So she had made the promise to Troilus that she will be faithful, but after reaching that day's Trojan's camp, she fell in love with Diomed. For a long time, every night, whatever Troilus did, Troilus stood on the walls of Troy, looking at the Greek camp. Thus, Cressida became a symbol of unfaithful lovers. So, our Lorenzo is saying, such a beautiful night where the moon shines, on such a night, the wind softly touched the trees, but they did not make any noise. On such a night, Troilus just climbed on the wall of Greek walls and looking at the camp where Cressida, his lover, used to sleep. He looking at that side, he used to weep or cry his car calling her, but she did not come. See, that is, and why did it make no noise in such a night? Troilus methinks means I think, mounted the Trojan walls and sighed his soul, cried. Sighed his soul means cried his soul, sent forth sighs of love, expressions of deep love from his heart toward the Grecian tents, Greek tents, where Cressid lay that night. So that was a historical example. Cressida has become the symbol of unfaithful love or cheater of sincere love, Troilus and sea. And now Jessica is going to say another type of example, that is, in such a night did Thisbe fearfully overtrip the dew and saw the lion's shadow earth himself and ran dismayed away. Now Jessica is taking another historical example. Now again you have to understand that Thisbe was in love with another one. Look at reference number 8 on the right side of your textbook. A Babylonian maiden. Thisbe was a Babylonian maiden, unmarried lady. She and her lover Pyramus were forbidden to meet by their parents. Pyramus and Thisbe, they were in love, but they were prohibited to meet each other by their parents. One day they arranged to meet in a forest. चुपके से कहीं मिलने के लिए प्लान बनाए. Thisbe saw a lion and fled, leaving her cloak behind. Thisbe, as she was walking in the night, She saw a lion right in front of her and she overthrew her cloak. Cloak means, what is the cloak? CLOAK, that is outer cloth, outer garments, and thought, yes, cloak, and behind. She ran away, leaving her outer cloak dress. She ran away. Pyramus saw her blood-stained cloak. Pyramus, her lover, later on he came and he saw her blood-stained clothes of Thisbe, thought Thisbe was dead and killed himself. Thisbe thought, Pyramus thought Thisbe was dead and killed. Pyramus thought that Thisbe had been killed by the lion and he also committed suicide. He also killed. Thisbe returned, saw her lover's body and killed herself too. So later on Thisbe returned and he saw her lover's dead body and she also killed herself. Both became symbol of faithful lovers. Thus both of them became the symbol of faithful love. The first example of Troilus and Cressida, they are the symbol of unfaithful love, whereas Thisbe and Pyramus, they are the symbol of faithful lovers. Now, Jessica, once again, look at the test now. In such a night as the moon night and the soft wind, all those things, such a situation, did Thisbe with fear overtrip, but walked lightly the dew on the grass and saw a lion's shadow, E-R means before herself, and ran dismayed away. Lorenzo. Again now Lorenzo is taking another example. They are taking the examples of the historical figures and taking, in such a night stood Dido with a willow in her hand upon the wild sea banks and wafted her love to come again to Carthage. Now again another example of Dido and his lover. Her lover. Let us see who are these people. Look at reference number 12. Then you will understand. The love story of Aeneas and Dido is narrated by Virgil in the Aeneid. Aeneas was the Trojan warrior who founded the city of Rome. During his voyage means ship journey, he reached Carthage where he loved Queen Dido. So here Aeneas and Dido, after a long stay with her, he sailed away leaving Dido heartbroken. After a long stay, thus Aeneas left Dido and went back to his place, leaving Dido alone. She killed herself out of grief. It was an unbearable pain for our Dido and she killed herself. Shakespeare says that it must have been on a beautiful moon night that Dido walked sadly on this seashore. That is, Shakespeare explains that it was such a beautiful night as this, where moonlight is there, wind is there. On such a night, Dido must have walked on the seashore holding in her hand a willow. What is a willow? A willow is a type of tree. She was holding a branch of willow tree. The symbol of deserted love. Willow tree always stands for as a symbol of deserted, abandoned love. She beckoned. Beckon means invite. Invite with that willow tree branch to Aeneas to come back to Carthage. Now upon the wild sea bank, she walked over the sea banks of the sea. Seashore, and beckoned, wafted her love. Waft means wave to. Dido asked her lover Aeneas to come to Carthage by showing that tata or the willow, that branch of that tree, to come again to Carthage. So here 3 examples are given here, and those 3 examples tell how they were faithful to each other and how unfaithful to each other. What is this one? So later on we are going to learn that how our Lorenzo and Jessica, they are in love with each other, what type of love they have with each other, whether faithful love or unfaithful love and so on. So here we will understand that Lorenzo and Jessica, both of them are sincere in their love, faithful to each other. Now Jessica, in such a night, Medea gathered the enchanted herbs that renew old Aeson. Now another example. Jessica is bringing another example, that is Jason, a famous Greek hero, led an expedition to Colchis in search of golden ram's fleece. Medea, his wife, helped him to win the golden fleece. Besides, she gathered herbs of magical property by night and administered them to her aged father-in-law Aeson to restore his youth. Elizabethans believed that certain herbs had magical properties if gathered by night. So, another example of our, that is Jessica is telling the example of love, that is Medea and Annie, that Medea and Aeson. Medea, in such a night as this starry moonlight night, Medea gathered, now you have to remember, wife of this one, gathered the enchanted herbs. Enchanted herbs means made the shrubs or the herbs with medicinal properties that did renew means regain Aeson, or that is her father-in-law. That means by the medicine, Medea could just bring or get back the youthfulness of Aeson, her father-in-law. Lorenzo, in such a night did Jessica, now Lorenzo is teasing Jessica and saying that in such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jews, in such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unthrifty love did run from Venice as far as to Belmont. On such a night as this, Jessica has stolen everything from her father's house and ran away from Venice as far as to Belmont. Now Lorenzo is just teasing or making fun of Jessica after saying some introductory comments and so on. Did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew? What all things, gold, ducats, precious stones, diamonds, jewelry, all those things, and with an unthrifty love. What is an unthrift love? Careless devotion, without any care, thrift love did run from Venice as far as Belmont. Now Jessica is counter-arguing. In such a night did young Lorenzo swear he loved her well. In such a beautiful night as this, Lorenzo promised Jessica that he loved her very sincerely, stealing her soul. Yes, dil chura liya. Yes. Jessica's dil is stolen by Lorenzo. Yes, dil chura ke, stealing her soul with many vows of faith, with so many promises and never a true one. With giving so many false, empty promises, Lorenzo has stolen the heart of Jessica, and never he kept any promise. Lorenzo, in such a night did pretty Jessica, like a little shrew, slander her love, and he forgave it to her. Again they are arguing, counter-arguing. These two couples, lovely couples, they are just arguing and saying that in such a night as this did pretty Jessica, like a little shrew means like a bad-tempered woman, angry woman. Slander means harm by making a false statement. In such a night as this, Jessica offended the heart of Lorenzo, and he simply forgave her. Just maafi de diya. So slander means harm by making a false statement. Then look at reference our Lorenzo's dialogue. In such a night did pretty Jessica, beautiful Jessica, like a little shrew, like a bad woman, offended the heart of her lover Lorenzo, and he simply forgave her, and he forgave it to her. Jessica, I would outnight you in this conversation. Now Jessica heard somebody's footsteps, so she says, I could have outnight you, I could easily defeat you did nobody come. But heart means listen, suno, saudani, kamosh. Yes, I hear the footing of a man. I could have defeated you had someone not come here. He is saying that, but heart, listen, I hear the sound of footing of a man. I hear the footstep of a man. And Stefano. So Stefano is the next character we are going to find here in this one, in this part of the scene. Lorenzo, who comes so fast in silence of the night? Who comes so fast in the silence of the night? In this silence of the night, who is coming? Now Stefano, a friend. Lorenzo, a friend? What friend? Your name, I pray you, friend. A friend? What friend? I pray you, friend, please say your name. Sometimes, when somebody comes, they just making the phone call and so on. Sometimes he feels that, sometimes he make the phone call and say, hello? Kaun hai? Who is there? Arey, hum hai. Sometimes, who is this hum? Who is this hum? Arey, hum hai na? Hum hai. Arey, please tell your name. Like that way, Stefano is telling that. See, when Stefano told a friend, then Lorenzo is confirming, a friend, very good friend. What friend? Your name. Please tell your name. I pray you, friend Stefano. Stefano is my name, and I bring word my mistress will before the break of day be here at Belmont. Thus, Stefano, the servant of our Portia, has brought the message that before the daybreak, his mistress, that is Portia, will be here in Belmont. That one. Stefano is my name, and I bring word. Bring word means this one. My mistress will, who is the mistress of Stefano? That is Portia, will before the break of day be here at Belmont. She does stray about by the holy crosses. She is wandering near the holy crosses on the roadside, where she kneels and prays for happy wedlock awaits. That means she is making prayers to the gods for a blessed married life. See, stray about, wander, visit by holy crosses. See, in the Christian countries and so on, if you move to southern part of the country, or in European countries, every now and then you will find small churches or cross, that is place that is called the holy places, pilgrim centers. Like on both sides of our road, everywhere you will find small temples, mandir, masjid, and so on. And seeing of them, what we do? We just bow down or just say like this, isn't it? Same way, our Stefano came and gave the message that Portia is wandering. He is not simply wandering, but wandering, visiting various crosses, small temples, small churches, and making her prayer for a happy married life. That is, kneels and prays for happy wedlock awaits. Happy wedlock awaits referred to the happy married life. Stefano. None but a holy hermit. Then Lorenzo asks, who comes with her? Who is coming with her? Who is coming with her? Then Stefano says, none but a holy hermit. Only a holy hermit, a saintly person is coming to bless their marriage, and her maid. Nobody else except a hermit, a sage or saint, and her maid. I pray you, is my master yet returned? Is my master yet returned? Lorenzo, he is not, nor we have not heard from him. No, we have not heard any message from him. But go we in. But yes. But go we in. I pray thee, Jessica. Now just he is asking Jessica, let us go inside and ceremoniously let us prepare some welcome for the mistress of the house. So finally, as Lorenzo received the message from Stefano about the arrival of Portia. Then Lorenzo asked Jessica, let us go inside and make some ceremonious preparation. Let us make some ceremonious preparation so that we can welcome the mistress of the house. So now enter Lancelot. I am just going little bit, maybe stop with 50. Enter Lancelot. It's a funny thing. So, sola, sola, ho, 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 sola, sola. What a wonderful thing, isn't it? What is sola, sola means? Hello, hello. Another word for hello, hello. That is sola, sola. Yes, sola, sola. Oha, ho, ho, sola, sola. Who calls? Now hearing this, Lorenzo asking, who is shouting, who is calling? Lancelot, sola, hello. Did you see Master Lorenzo? Did you see Master Lorenzo? Again, our comedian our Lancelot is here. He is standing right in front of Lorenzo and asking, did you see Lorenzo, Master Lorenzo? Sola, sola. Hello, hello. Have you seen Master Lorenzo? Sola, sola. What an interesting dialogue, isn't it? Yes, dear friends. Lorenzo, leave hallowing man here. Stop shouting, you man. Lancelot, sola, where? Again, hello, where? Stop shouting, where is he? Yes, Lorenzo, here. Lancelot, tell him there is a post come from my master with his horn full of good news. My master will be here ere morning. So tell Lorenzo that his master will be arriving before daybreak again. So tell him there is a post, there is a news, message come from my master with his horn, with his mouth full of good news. Lorenzo is so much, Bassanio is so much thrilled, excited, and he wants to share this news. So, horn full of good news, my master will be here ere morning, ere means before morning. Exit, Lorenzo, sweet soul. It's okay that we stop by 55 because the coming test is a long one, we need another period. Alright, so hope you have understood this class. Once again, let me remind you what we have learned. Please let us recap what we have already learned. We have Act 5, Scene 1, test number 1 to 55. It is not 45 but it is 55. Then the characters present here are Lorenzo, Jessica and Stefano. Then location in a garden in Portia's house, and the context, that is the romantic dialogue of Lorenzo and Jessica, and the subject of the conversation was of love. And taking various historical examples, both Lorenzo and Jessica was talking, and as they were talking, Lorenzo told the example of first example, that is Troilus and Cressida, symbol of unfaithful love. Then again Jessica told that is Tisbe and that is Pyramus, the symbol of faithful love. Then again Cressida, our Dido and Aeneas, the symbol of abandoned love. Then again the fourth example, Jessica was telling about Mida and Aeneas, how she has helped, all those things. As they were talking, there came the messenger, that is Portia's servant, that is Stefano, telling about the message that his mistress Portia will be arriving before the break of the day. Then after that, immediately as he was about to go, there arrived our our Lancelot also with the news that his master is also coming. He came with a funny way. This is what we have learned today. Hope you have understood the class. Please remember about your homework. Please write down the summary of this particular class in your own way in 4 to 5 sentences. Second one, who are the historical, whose names are mentioned here as historical examples to tell about the love or what was the lovely conversation that was between our Jessica and Lorenzo. These are the two things. And the third one, who brought the message of the arrival of our Portia and Narisa, and who brought the message of the arrival of Bassanio. So please make note of these things and get ready with our next class. Alright, it is time for us to have our discussions and so on. Hope you have understood. If you have any clarification, we have another 5 minutes time. Please let us continue with our discussion. Alright, thank you.
Recording stopped.
Hello dear students, was the class clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand? One each may speak. Did you understand the class?
Yes, sir.
Any clarification? It was just a revision class, alright. Any clarification, please ask your doubt.
Text number 15.
Test number 15.
Yes, sir.
That part tells about Jessica. Now see, in this part, all of you may kindly listen. In this part, Lorenzo and Jessica, both of them were talking, taking the example of various historical people. And Jessica tells that in such a night as this, where moon shines, gentle breeze is there, everything is so soft. In this situation, such a night, media gathered. Media, again look at who is this media. Jason, a famous reference number you have to see. A famous Greek hero led an expedition to Colchis in search of golden ram fleece. Media, his wife. So Media was the wife of Jason. His wife helped him to win the golden fleece. Only Jason could get the golden fleece of the ram with the help of Media. And more than that, she also had helped her father-in-law to regain his youthfulness by giving him medicines, properties, certain medicines, herbs. If that is collected during the night time, it has got more medicinal effect. So such a way, she has helped two people. First, she helped Jason, her husband, to get the golden fleece. Then secondly, she also helped her father-in-law, that is Jason, to regain his youthfulness. So these are the examples that Jessica was explaining. Is it clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else, please?
Text number 4. Text number 4.
Text number 6.
Those are
12.
Sir, text number 4.
4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, test number 4, that it tells Lorenzo is opening the dialogue. See, both of them are in a romantic mood and they are talking with each other in this funny way. So here what they are doing, Lorenzo opens the dialogue with "Oh Chandini Raat mein, everything is so soft and so nice, such a night." See, here you have to understand two lovers, Troilus and Cressida. They were in love with each other, but unfortunately something happened to Cressida and she was given to the Greek camp. In a war, she was given to the Greek camp in exchange of prisoners. And what she did was that Troilus and Cressida, they both of them had promised to leave each other faithfully. But after reaching the Greek camp, Cressida fell in love with a Diomed, another person. Such a way she became a symbol of unfaithful love. Is it clear? Anybody else? Any other dialogue? Please, all of you may come, switch on your video and come so that I can see you and recognize all of you. Please do come, switch on. Only Malika is there, then Abba is not switching on, Ridhiraj, Amal, Shreya, Shivaria, all of you Switch on your video so that I can see your face. We can have a live. Okay, now who is going to ask the next doubt? Anshika Singh, Shreyans, Abha, Rituraj, Kamalika. Any doubt you have, please? If there is any doubt, please ask. Hope the class is clear for you. This thing, same thing was taught to you by our Jin sir also, isn't it? See, most of you are scared of coming into the light. Switch on your videos, my boys and girls. Samarthi is there, Aman Pandey is there, Angida, yes, Ashutosh. So many are there. So, please, Rajveer is there, Anushka is there. So, any more clarification that you require? Yes or no? Okay. So, in that case, let us wind up the class and we will start our class day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Republic Day and 27th we will have. So, please, all of you join in our class at the perfect time. Alright, few minutes in. Alright. So, until we meet again, we say goodbye to you all and you take care. In advance, Happy Republic Day let you all. Alright? Thank you so much. Have a nice and beautiful day.
Thank you, sir.